Hey guys, bit of a different video today. I was tagged by Matt and Toby, or also known as MewXatu, and there's a link to their channel in the description. But I was tagged by them to make a video explaining my favorite Pokemon and why they're my favorite. So I have to say it's a mix between Yanma, Larvesta, and Stunfisk. They're all really great and have always been so amazing. No. Porygon, man. It's all about that Porygon. But, before I get into that, take a little trip down memory lane to explain, what led up to my love for Porygon. I was a, little young whippersnapper, born in early 90s, so I was able to experience the beginning of Pokemon as a little kid, which was pretty good. But like most 6-year-old little boys, I was all about Charizard. Charizard was amazing. He was so cool. Big dragon, breathes fire. Yeah. But that shortly changed after I saw the Lieutenant Surge episode. You know, where Ash battled Lieutenant Surge to get the gym badge, and like the minute I saw Lieutenant Surge's Raichu, I fell in love with that thing. Like the lightning bolt on its tail, the way his ears are, just everything about him, I loved. And actually, he's still one of my top favorite Pokemon, and I have a Raichu keychain on my car keys. He's pretty scratched up from just dangling around hitting keys and stuff, being in pockets, but it's still Raichu. But anyways, about the time I got to middle school, that's when Pokemon was for nerds and babies, and you'd get made fun of if you still like Pokemon, all that craps. But I was this tiny little kid, and I was already picked on for size, so I didn't want to be picked on for anything else. So, like everyone else, I dropped Pokemon for quite a while, and I didn't really pick it back up until I saw that Heart Gold and Soul Silver were coming out. And the nostalgia, just all them feels. And I just dove right back into Pokemon after I got those games. I loved them, and I remembered how amazing all the games were. And I went and found my old games, played with those, moving like Pokemon up like Ruby to the DS games and all that stuff. So, and since I was older, I was able to understand more, and like reading about things, I'd actually know what's going on, not just as a little kid just sitting there spamming the A button on your Game Boy. But yeah, I was reading about this banned Pokemon episode. It was called Electric Soldier Porygon, because the US never got this episode, and I was like, okay, why? And in Japan, it caused a bunch of kids to have seizures because of an explosion flashing back and forth between red and blue. And after that, it was never aired again in Japan, and the English dub never was aired here. I thought that was the craziest thing, and it really kick-started my interest in Porygon. And I'm kind of morbid that way, so don't judge. And not only with that kind of a background, he's also the first manufactured Pokemon, and it helps with like computers and other technical work. And that really got me interested in Porygon, because I've always been pretty tech savvy, and at the time I had wanted to become a computer programmer. And well, actually still working towards that. I'm currently in college working on my degree, but yeah, I just all the techie stuff really connected to me like that way. And I decided I was gonna go get this Porygon in my games. And prior to this discovery, Porygon had always just been that thing that cost 9,999 casino coins and never seemed worth my time. But I was determined to get this guy, make him my little buddy, and I eventually did. I just grinded, oh my god. I was in Fire Red grinding all these coins up. And I did in Fire Red because in Soul Silver, Voltorb Flip is a joke. No way in hell. But finally got there and walked over and proudly purchased my Porygon, and it was worth all the time spent, like 30 times over. His move coverage is just amazing. Like I like to have my Porygon have 4 different type moves, and he's good for if your team doesn't have very much type coverage. Just pop a Porygon in there, give him like Ice Beam, Signal Beam, Psychic, Thunderbolt, and you're good. His looks are just so, I love them. His like square cup polygon shapes just help. They soothe my OCD eyes. I'm not actually diagnosed with OCD, but no, I think everyone just has those things that make them tick if they're not in the right way, right manner, you know. But yeah, all Porygon, Porygon 2, and Porygon Z, I love how all of them look. They're so nice to the eye. And it's also sad, like, all 3 of them, since that seizure episode, have never been in an anime episode ever again. I mean, you make a couple hundred kids have seizures, and you're banned from Pokemon completely. What a bunch of crap. But yeah, the entire Porygon family, they my buddies. I love all 3 of them. I actually really want to buy a glass statue of a Porygon, but they don't seem to exist. I've searched so many times and I can't find anything. So I guess my Porygon t-shirt will have to do for now. So yeah, that's my story behind my favorite Pokemon, Porygon. I hope you guys enjoyed this little change-off video in between Pokemon series, and we will see you next time. By the way, it was Pikachu's fault. Damn you, Pikachu.